Hello, everybody. Yes, you're allowed to ask more than one question. Just space them out a little bit because if it's more back to back, I sometimes skip them. Can you see me and hear me, everybody? Thank you. Does this sound loud? Because I'm using a different mic, but I'm getting a new mic. It's coming tomorrow. Is this too loud when I bang on the table like this? Like, is that like unbearingly loud? Yes, you can hear me, or yes, okay. Okay, thank you, Amanda. Okay, perfect. Where's my mouse? Where's my mouse? Oh. Okay, hold on. Let me go back up. Money is flowing to me more easily and frequently. Have I released or overcome some scarcity belief or psychological hurdle regarding money and abundance? Your creativity. You came up with some kind of creative solution. Yeah, King of Pentacles. And that's where the unblocking came from. You came up with some kind of creative solution because your solar plexus / sacral chakra was unlocked. This is like you reconnect it with, it feels like your inner teen. You stopped rebelling against yourself in your own mind. How will tomorrow go for me? How will tomorrow go for me? I feel like the Tower isn't necessarily something going wrong tomorrow. I feel like the Tower is nerves going into tomorrow. But then when you get there, 10 of Cups, everything goes okay. Where the frustration or like self-betrayal, I guess, is coming from is a fear about your ability to handle something in the moment. So whatever it is, whatever you're fearing, it's actually going to kind of shift in your favor a bit here. You just need to trust yourself in the unfolding. Message for peace. This card is the wrong way. 10 of Pentacles. It feels like right now there's a need to work on some kind of emotional mastery around where are you limited in resources versus where are you limiting yourself in terms of perspective. Feels like there's a mismatch, like something's more available than you're telling yourself it is. Song from Mom and Dad. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Slice by 5 for fighting. Can you imagine that slice of time? Rock and roll was young. People stood in line to hear music that played into their lives that you could carry till the day you die. Hey man, sing me a song. When we were everyone, we were more than just a slice of American pie. Your doorstep is just a click away. We'll get together one of these days. Get together one of these days. I feel like something came up nostalgic and it may have kind of triggered bad feelings for you, but the message is like, let yourself feel the good feelings too. Like the bad are understandable in this case because there's heaviness around grief. Yeah, 9 of Swords. Yeah, there's a lot of grief here in the nostalgia, but it's coming up so you can feel it and release it. There's a decision you need to make. And when you are in your emotions, you can make the best decision here. Not in them, like drowning in them, but like in flow with them. And I feel like a moment of nostalgia came up that triggered emotions so that you could be in your heart space to make a decision, if that makes sense. My mouse keeps disappearing. Do you think they will find Amy Bradley? I think they can. Will they? No, because people in power are guarding this secret. This is her. It gives me like, was it Rapunzel with the hair in the tower? Whichever one had the hair in the tower. I think it was Rapunzel. It reminds me of that. And Six of Cups is like held back, right? And Seven of Wands is like this barrier of protection. I feel like if someone in authority were to slip up, I feel like they could find her. Are the feds still watching everyone? Oh. The devil and the chariot? Yeah. And Four of Swords. It's like a blocking of a portal. They're watching to see. They're watching to see what people do when someone doesn't give a certain reaction. Message from Daisy. Look through others. A medium, intuitive, or sensitive person has already picked up my presence. Something about keys, the devil, and the emperor. Emperor came back out with Four of Pentacles. There's some kind of door you think is locked, but that's the devil's illusion, because the devil was here with the emperor and then he went away and the locked door came back with the emperor. So is the door really locked, or is the devil just trying to convince you it is? Because the emperor is action, it's authority. So there's some kind of action you can take to get in what you perceive as a locked door. And there's the keys with the house, and there's the house with the door locked. So it may be locked, but you have the key. Better Days by Dermot Kennedy is the song. 1985 by Bowling for Soup is playing, so that year may be significant. I love this song. What do I need to focus on in September? What do I need to focus on? How did these cards get so messed up? Rebirth of like peace of mind. Yeah, Six of Wands, peace of mind. There's some kind of small win that's meant to build momentum, but it's almost like it may feel like such a small win that you may brush it off and then you lose the opportunity for it to build momentum. So I would say celebrate some kind of small win as if it's a big win. Like Page of Cups, a child sees everything so much bigger than an adult because they're smaller in proportion, right? So this is like celebrate a small win as if it's a big win so you can build momentum. Is there anything I'm carrying with me from a past life? Hold on, I have to fix these. This is driving me insane. Okay. Am I carrying anything from a past life? The foundation to build something. Like you have all the tools. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles, diligence. You have the mindset to take a seed and make it into like a whole tree. But it feels like there's a lack mindset that's holding you back from taking action because you need things to happen quicker than they're able to. I feel like you have the ability to just build on a solid foundation that you build. You build the foundation, then you build on the foundation. But I don't know if you utilize that to its fullest extent yet. Message for my birthday. Happy birthday. Oh, it's today. Feels so blah so far. Why? Why does it feel blah so far? Wands, swords, so we're missing cups and pentacles. Why does it feel blah? So we're missing emotions and worthiness. You're just feeling like because the environment that you're in is not celebrating you, then why should you? Like, it's almost like your brain is like, well, you can't celebrate you if they're not celebrating you, because then that makes it look like you're bragging about being you. That's not the case. Like, you worked hard to get here, right? And Six of Pentacles is like, you owe it to yourself to celebrate yourself, especially because they're not, right? Because that shows you've made it further than people expected you to. Like, you're not lessening yourself for their approval, and that's something to celebrate, even if they're not celebrating it. That's why they're not celebrating it. Happy birthday. Let me go to this list. Hold on. Oh, that's a good question. It didn't show up. It's a good question. What is the Faith Over Feelings Self-Empowerment Oracle Journal meant to teach me? The Star. The Knight of Wands. Relight your... Show you the way back. Five of Pentacles. Show you the way back from lack. To show you that you've actually had the fire the whole time. You just had buried it in the snow for a little bit, but it's still lit. Is how I would word that. Message from Mom. The I love you, one call away is on the bottom of the deck, or the top of the deck. One of them. What's ahead of you is waiting for you to embrace it fully. She's encouraging you to dedicate yourself to something, like pouring yourself into something that you can either feel proud of yourself for. Like, these look like, I think they are clocks. They are clocks. It's like Eight of Wands is something she communicated to you. Like an idea, a thought, oh, I should do that. Or, oh, I should invest my time, energy into that. It's like she's saying that idea came from me, and there's a bigger purpose that you can't see until you start to action it. Ain't No Mountain High Enough by Marvin Gaye. She was like, I was going to get it to you somehow, some way. I was going to tell you. I listened to the Scarcity Code video. Towards the end, I saw yellow and blue swirling in my third eye. Oh, I like that. Yellow and blue are the, hold on, let me connect this. Yellow and blue are the colors of both of the high schools that I went to. One was Catholic, one was public. They both had the same colors. And today is the episode of Humans for Humanity with Darnell, who is the second friend on the podcast from that first high school that I went to. So yellow and blue, scarcity code, you're having some kind of graduation. You're having some kind of full circle moment graduation about Page to Queen of Wands. You literally are having a graduation. You're going from the Page of Wands, oh, look, I have this flame. That's cool. To the Queen of Wands, I know what to do with it now, and I'm going to do that. The Sun on the bottom. Where is my mouse? Okay, there we go. New member, thank you. Sorry for yelling at you about my mouse. Know your worth. Don't ask for it, state it. You went through something that was molding you, and it feels like you were refined in such a hot fire that you need a little cool down time. So allow yourself to have that before you utilize what it made you into, like the flames that refined you, if that makes sense. New member, welcome back. Let's see. You'll never be placed in a storm you can't navigate yourself out of. The universe doesn't want you to break down. It wants you to break free. Whatever black cloud has been over your head, because it no longer exists in your mind, it's going to have to start to clear externally as well. Yeah, Two of Cups, Six of Pentacles. You gave yourself this. You dispersed the internal black cloud, so the external one has to follow. I can only get one deck printed. Should I get a new deck printed and released, or place another order for my last deck? New, old. I would say new because the Hermit is like the one. Like you have a copy of the one, the old deck. The Empress is like birth, expansion. So I would say both are a good option, but the new is a more expansive option. Yeah, Knight of Wands. That's the one. Oh, look, he's even running towards her with the fire. So yeah, that. How far we've come by Matchbox 20. There you go. Okay, let me get my mouse down here. Message from spirit guides and a song. You're getting the opportunity to see something from the eyes of your higher self that your current self may feel locked out from receiving. But it's like your higher self is going to show you which seeds have been planted that if you water them, it will give you a boost towards whatever you're trying to achieve right now. Advice from my higher self. I just did a video about this on TikTok and I said, what did I say? It was like you were offered 7 cups and you were told the prize is in one of these cups. And you got through all 7 and you were like, none of that feels like what I want. And it's like that was the devil's trick here, right? The Knight of Cups is self-love. And look, he's holding the actual light. It's like all of these options were false light, but you were told the real light is in here. But you got through all the cups and you were like, that doesn't feel like it. Like it feels like there's something else. Now you can unlock this real light because you knew that all of these were artificial, even though you were told it's in there. It's got to be in there. It's like your faith was tested. Oh, the Hangman. Your faith was tested and you passed. The Hanged Man is surrender. So there's that. Mom on life advice she has at the moment. Let me start with one of these. Life. Okay. Life advice. The path ahead of you isn't as uncertain as you think. So that's a good start. Not as uncertain as you think is like you're actually being guided more than you realize. 3 of Swords. She's planting ideas into your mind like lightning. Like if you grab it and you hold on to it, you'll be able to utilize it. If you let it pass, it'll be a fleeting moment. I would say the advice she has for you right now is open some kind of notes in your phone and just start jotting down all the random, either recurring or like feeling like they're important, like thoughts, ideas, patterns, things you're seeing. It's like she's showing you with the 3 of Swords. It's like she's showing you where the changes are needed. And it's simply like these little releases for you. Like, okay, I released that. Okay, I released that. Okay, I changed that way that I'm talking to myself. I changed the way I'm perceiving that. And that's how everything else changes. That's why she's saying it's not as uncertain as you think. Because she's like, oh no, I'm certain. I know exactly where I'm having you head. She just needs you to start to jot it down so you can understand the directions. I'm planning a getaway this week. Do you see any big problems ahead for it? Never Let You Go by Third Eye Blind. I feel like there may be some travel, like, I don't think this is necessarily big problems, but 8 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles, I said, okay, something may be missed because something else doesn't happen quick enough. And then I got the Fool. So that's like movement. Like the rose is right there, but they can't get to it type of thing. It feels like there may be some kind of travel delay because Never Let You Go in my mind it was like a bus flashed before my eyes, like missing a bus because you get to the stop and the bus is gone. So if anything, there may be some kind of delay in like something you get to experience, but I don't think it's like a major big problem. Feeling scattered, trying to ground, working on my root chakra. What do I need to do? What do I need to do? The projections of someone else, it's like playing in your own mind still. Like somebody else's, the way that somebody else feels about themselves has been projected onto you and is dismantling your confidence here. It's like all of these shelves has a cup on it, right? And then these three are drinking cups, right? So these three cups then go back up on the shelf when they're done. They put them back. It's like the energy from these cups isn't vibing with your confidence in some way. It just feels like somebody else's limitations has been placed on something for you socially. So it's kind of like breaking out of the shell and allowing yourself to be seen feels to be how to counteract any like residual root chakra clogs, I guess I'd call it. Will I need to take the small mortgage or will I be good to go without having to? Taking it, not taking it. I feel like taking it will likely be the better option because if you don't take it, I feel like it may put you too close to where if another problem, like if a problem comes up, I just feel like in that scenario, you may be like, oh man, I wish I would have just taken that so I have the extra for this. It's like I feel like it's safer to do it that way. King of Pentacles and the Hierophant is almost like your higher self being like, yeah, have the cushion of that. Because here it's like the Empress, Knight of Wands. If something new were to birth, like a new, okay, now I need money for that too, it's going to cause things to kind of run quickly towards crap. I wish I would have taken that type of thing. The mortgage. Was the group that took Amy Scientology? Why did the brothel burn down? Were they Scientology? Two of Wands. It's like one group initially took her and then another group actually has her. There was like a passing off. I'm not getting Scientology though. Maybe the initial group, but I don't really even get those vibes from this. See how there's even boats in the background there? There's two different boats. That's kind of where I was getting that from, like the passing. Cool, you can't see. There you go. And the swirling and the growth through the swirling. And this is like obviously very uncomfortable in this scenario. I'm not, no, King of Swords. I don't know. I'm getting like more demonic than that. I'm getting more like, I don't know. I don't get a yes from that. Is my stepdad's results going to come back Cancer or no Cancer? I feel like they're going to say something along the lines of there's two things that we need to keep an eye on. Like it's like something hasn't all the way developed to a worst case scenario. Now, I don't know if that means not Cancer or just means caught it very early or something. I'm not getting a clear answer on that, but it's like we need to keep an eye on this, and we need to try this and this. And it's like, when we figure out how something responds to this, it'll be proof to you that it's not worst case scenario. Like, the response to something is proof that you're not heading towards a worst case scenario. But I do feel like there's something where they're going to say, okay, this is something we're going to have to monitor, and or immediate test how this reacts to this so we can be sure about what this is, if that makes sense. What do I need to know that needs immediate attention? Five of Pentacles is kind of giving me the actual environment limiting you. So I don't know if this is career, friendships, maybe needing to like rearrange something in terms of the home environment. It's like something is keeping you at war internally. And it needs an external change so you can solidify the internal one and stop feeling like it's getting lost in translation. Completing some kind of cycle by moving the wheel. I almost want to say, be mindful of some kind of family limitation, like a limitation that you are feeling like, oh, there's no way out of this. There's no way forward in this. But it's actually like someone from when you were growing up, or a family member, or close enough to be one. It's like their voice is telling you what's possible and what's not, but it's not correct. All right, let me find my mouse. Go back to this screen. What is all of the extreme emotion happening in my home? For about 2 weeks, it's been emotional overload. So you released something, okay? And it almost, for example, as if you're on the other side of a door now and you're seeing things from a different vantage point. So the last 2 weeks, that's the amount that's been like under the surface energetically happening. It's just that now, because you're on the other side of the door, it's being presented to you in a different way. So you can see how much you've actually been handling that wasn't visible. It's became visible so you can see it. So it's not going to last forever. It's like Spirit's way of showing you, hey, look, this is why you've been that exhausted. This is why you've been that run down. This is why you've been that emotionally depleted, because you were dealing with all this. It's the same thing you were dealing with, the same intensity. You can just see it from a different perspective now. Timeline to move into a new role at my company that I'm working on. Which was flipped. 10 of Cups. Oh, that's good. And the Magician. Timeline. 8 of Wands is pretty quick. Pretty quick, but not pretty quick like right now. Like the marker for you is pretty quick after some kind of conversation in which you know, because of someone's response to you, that they're impressed with an outcome that you provided. So like, you provide the outcome, you can tell, even if they don't say it to you, you can tell. And at your company that you're working on, this doesn't have to be like a higher up. This can just be like someone else seeing it, but it's like, you'll know when that's the marker. It feels like it happens within 8 weeks after that marker. So you'll get the marker where you're like, oh, wow, that person really sees my effort. That person really sees that I problem solved. It's like your problem solving abilities get brought to your attention in a positive way. And within 8 weeks of that, it feels like. And the song right now is 18 days. So maybe that's part of a time frame. Saving Abel. Look up what the name Abel means. Abel. Any grounding message that I need to hear for an upcoming unexpected blessings? You're becoming, this is going to sound corny because it's like a quote that's out there, but you're becoming the person that would have been a safe space for that younger version of you. You're becoming what you needed back then. So that may be uncomfortable, but it also gives you your King of Wands. Doing what you're doing right now, learning the lesson of being the one that creates that safe space for yourself, you become the one that's confident enough to take passionate, bold social action. So it's like you're earning your King of Wands through creating a safe space for your own inner child, regardless of what's going on around you. Keep getting messages and synchronicities to move on. What are these coming from? Where are these coming from spiritually? The past and future versions of yourself. This is the past, the younger you. This is the future you. Six of Pentacles is like the current you. Like, what are you going to choose, right? What are you going to pour yourself into? And Nine of Cups is, what do you want? Do you want? Ask yourself if you truly want the results of getting what you want from pouring into what you have right now. Like, if you continue to pour into what you have, that you're saying, do I need to move on? Let's say you continue to pour into that situation and things get better. Are you going to feel fulfilled? Or are you going to feel like, okay, cool, now I just need to wait for the shoe to drop? Like, that's the question. Where did my whole screen go? There it is. Any messages for my daughter for her first birthday? For my daughter for her first birthday. King of Pentacles. So it's like surrendering to knowledge, because the library in the background for opportunity. And this is like Narnia. I feel like the message is, this is a child whose mind has the capacity to really use imagination in a King of Pentacles buildable, expandable, practical, successful way. So I think the message is the nurturing of that is super important. Oops. Message from my guides and a song from them. So Far Away by Stained is playing. You're getting that spark back. Whatever was stolen from you from stress that wasn't your doing is coming back to you. Yeah, 8 of Cups. You had to pull yourself away from energy that was making you feel like you were at the mercy of the tides, like ebb and flow, push and pull, but you weren't in control. You're getting that spark back. So Far Away, it felt so far away. It says 14 Shades of Grey as the album name. So you have felt 14 shades of gray, but you're going to start to get your spark back. Okay. It is the Wizard's Tarot. I just got it. I really like it. The main design is like the library theme, which is why I got on Amazon. Do I need to address anything regarding my spiritual work? I have felt uninspired lately. It feels like there's a period of transformation. It's like you're stepping into becoming this higher version of you by creating space for this version to come through, not by filling the space with more proof of who you are, but allowing space for this version of you to be like, yeah, I know, here I come. That's the lesson here. That's the form of expression. The form of expression isn't feeling like there's more to do and more proof to come up with. It's just allowing space by existing as the proof of that. And the more you do that, the more that version of you is like, okay, you get it. I can come through the portal. Okay. I don't understand why this is not working. Okay, there we go. Has Emmanuel been missing for longer? He's 9 months old, not 7. Oh, he's 9 months old. Thank you. I see book Kindle. Okay, so Emmanuel, has he been missing for longer? The pool people just pulled up to clean the pool. So they come, they clean, and they leave. And we have 2 of Swords here. I feel like there's like one cycle longer. Like, I don't know if the police are off by a week. I don't know if like we're referring to trash days, because what's coming in my mind is how they said that he confessed to an undercover and said something about putting him in the trash, but then said that that wasn't true. But I'm almost wondering if I'm referring to like the previous trash cycle, because look, we have King and Queen of Pentacles are both hiding something. I feel like he's been missing for maybe a little bit outside of the time frame. Not a lot, but a little bit outside of the time frame maybe that police have listed. Birthday message from Mom and Grandpa. Here is Gone by the Goo Goo Dolls and Stand By Me by Ben E. King. If you only knew the way everything is aligning for you. Here is Gone. Everything is aligning for you. Goo Goo Dolls. Goo Goo is like rebirth, a baby. So everything is aligning to lead you to some kind of rebirth. There's a painful ending, and right now you're in the phase where you're like, this kind of stinks, but you're going towards a shift in the tone of the music. Right now you're in the clearing phase, and next comes the phase where the space that you're clearing now is filled with things that are better. Life advice from my dad and a token. Oh, it's a trophy with number 68. Life advice. You're not seeing that you don't need anything outside of you, as corny as that sounds. You already have whatever you need. 2 of Swords. There's just a decision that you need to make to use the tools that you already have. The wish fulfillment comes when you figure out what it is that can't go forward with you. And I feel like it's a mindset. It's like you already have everything else. You just need to change your perception of something that may be limiting. One more and then back to the other list. Life advice for my husband from his mom. Okay. You will always have a part of me in the way you love others. Life advice, the way you love others. He needs to start to look at himself as though he is other. Like, like in his mind, would he talk to another person that way, in the way that he's talking to himself when no one's watching or listening? It feels like there's something that's keeping his energy drained, because she's like, he is this emperor, but it's dormant, it's sleeping, and it's some kind of self-sabotage. It's like going out the back door. I feel like what she's saying is the entirety of her life advice starts with fix the internal dialogue. Like nothing else can happen until he starts to talk to himself as if he would talk to someone else externally. Because internally, it feels like it's going in the wrong direction even further instead of going towards the right one in terms of that internal dialogue. All right, back to this list. Is there anything I need to know? Is there anything I need to know? Needing to balance out emotion and action. It feels like right now, it's almost like, I feel like this is energy wise. Like you feel depleted and then you start to feel better and you're like, okay, now I need to do everything that I just didn't do for the last 2 days. And then you do all that, but because you do all of it at once, you're like, okay, now I need to rest. And it's like this cycle. So needing to find balance, like, okay, let me do a couple things and then rest. So I don't get into the place where I'm like, okay, now I need to rest as long as I worked for it type of thing. It feels like it's that. And when we're going through some kind of upgrade, we need a little bit more rest, and it feels like the upgrade can't anchor until you give the body that amount of rest. Well, I have a small farm on my grandma's property. I almost feel like this is her saying you could if you wanted to, but I feel like right now you're more asking this because you feel like you have a lot of love that doesn't have anywhere to go. And you feel like if that was the case with the farm, you would have somewhere to go. So I feel like her answer to that is like, heal a bit of the grief and see if that's still where you want to pour your energy, because you may want to pour it into something else, but you can't know that yet. So not yes or no, it's your decision, but don't make that decision yet, like in your mind. Ooh. What are my manager and her pet up to or thinking towards me? Car chase in reverse, case file in reverse. Trying to get you to stop trying to find out some kind of information. Key omission in reverse, barred entry, common enemy. They both don't want you having access to the same piece of information. And it feels like you know some of it or you have hunches about some of it, and that's why they right now need to try and keep you out of it. It's like you could prove something they want to keep very hidden. 1 second. Okay. Peter and I have reconnected after 20 years. I have never wanted to love someone like this. Are we ready? Are we ready? Are you ready? Yes. Is it good? Does that mean it's going to be easy? No. Communication is going to be the make or break when one of you, because you're going to be seeing one another's inner children. That's where this excitement is coming from, where you're like, are we ready? Are we not? I hope we're ready. That's your inner child being like, oh, am I going to be seen? Am I going to be, is space going to be held for me? I feel like both of you are ready for that, but walking into that, are you still going to communicate on the days when seeing your inner child means that you're triggered? On days when your inner child's like, I don't really want to be seen today, or I don't want you to see this wound in particular. Communication will be make or break it in those moments, especially. It's like building a house. You have to build it brick by brick because that was not supposed to be in this deck right now. Is my sister-in-law's new fiance using her for her recent inheritance? Let me fix this. Hold on. Okay. Is he using her for her recent inheritance? The Tower? Yes. The Tower is giving for your sister whatever loss led to the inheritance, and for the fiance, ooh, shiny object syndrome. I can use that because Knight of Wands is this person rushing towards the Tower, like, ooh, a tower. How can I come in and use that in a way that she's not seeing? I would say yes. I had a dream that S called it a day. What did that dream mean? S called it a day. What's it mean? Call it a day. Like pieces of something coming together to make something new. Like, okay, I'm done that and that. Now I'm ready to work on this other thing. But Six of Cups is like innocence. So called it a day. What did that dream mean? You have all the pieces, and if you put them together, it creates something new or wraps up something old so something new can take its place. But Six of Cups, you're holding yourself back from putting the pieces on the table together. Yes. Thank you. I'm ordering that actually by this weekend. So by the weekend, I'll have an actual date for it. But yes, I have to change a couple cards still. Notice some oopsies, but I love this deck. I think I like it better than Whispers, actually. Well, both. I like both the same. I don't know. Anyway. Was the USS Titanic actually the RMS Olympic? Was it sunk for insurance fraud? Was it actually the Olympic? Page of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords, Page of Pentacles, Queen of Swords is giving like previous rebrand. Like something was made to look like something else before something ever began or was put in motion. Was it sunk for insurance fraud? Queen of Cups. Look, she's in the water. It's like the plan of what was previously set in place and what actually happened. There was some major hiccup, but the hiccup actually worked out better for whoever wanted this to happen. I don't know what that means, but that's what I'm getting. Was the sinking a tool for economic... King of Swords, Ten of Cups. Somebody got their way. Somebody got their way even more because of a mistake. Ten of Wands, yeah, burden. I don't know if that answers it, but that's what I'm getting. Yeah, 75K. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you all. I appreciate you. Is Raphael feeling better from his surgery and healthy now? 100 years by 5 for fighting. When you only got 100 years to live. Feeling better and healthy. Better. We have strength here. So yes, healthy, but I feel like there's stiffness or something. Like there's, like, do I feel better? Yes. But do I still feel very sick and or groggy? I don't know. Maybe not groggy. It feels more stiff, like range of motion or something, or maybe just like flow of energy. Something like that isn't all the way back to normal yet. Yeah, the Fool, but it's moving forward. Oh, thank you. I love the Faith Over Feelings deck was one of the first ones, and that was like the gas in the tank for the blueprint. So that's why that Oracle deck was like the one that kind of ended up being paired with them, because it was like the gas pedal. Faith over feelings. Like have faith even when your feelings are, yeah. Anyway. Just look at the imagery. Don't take anything for face value. Let me show you an example. Okay, so Colt in reverse, Danger in reverse. What do I notice right away? There's a hand on each of them. It's both in reverse, right? So in reverse, this one's open, this one's closed. There's some kind of contradictory thing here about there's a release of something that someone wanted to hold on tightly to. Danger in reverse, it's backing away from a bad situation. Someone, in order to get out of a bad situation, needed to release something. What did they need to release? A lie. So just start to allow your eyes to go to certain parts of the card, because your intuition will tell you what's most important. You just don't realize that it's your intuition telling you that. Sometimes I would pull these and wouldn't even say anything about the hands. It's not about what's there. It's about what the moment is calling you to look at, if that makes sense. That's how all of these decks were designed. Very like intentionally put. I lay them all out as like a whole thing on the floor so I can look at them all together once I have them. That's how I knew I had to change stuff in the Echoes deck. So they're meant to play off of each other. Just allow your eyes to do that, because that's your intuition doing it. Oh, thank you, Claire. Ooh, message from the blueprint. And a song. Let's use. Let's use the blueprint of tarot. Let's see. The Empress. The Empress also tests the brain's relationship with worth. She reveals that creation itself is proof of value, that you do not need to earn your right to exist by constant doing. The task is to see that your being is already fertile ground. The brain must learn to recognize that creativity is not limited to art or work, but extends to the way that you cook a meal, raise a child, speak a truth, or build a life. Everything is an act of creation when done with intention. Hanging by a Moment by Lifehouse. Each moment of creation counts because it makes space for new creation. This is falling. Hold on. There we go. Any messages from my mom? I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Maybe that's significant. Like a bless you, like bless you for something you just did for her or thought about, because my sneeze is like stuck. So it's like she wants to say bless you and or thank you, because now it's gone. Justice Scales. Stop chasing ghosts. Some answers are never to be found, and that's okay. It's almost like she's saying if something doesn't make sense to you now and it feels to be holding you back because you don't have the answer, it's time to go forward without the answer and trust that in time that answer will be revealed to you. Approved. You raise me up so that you can ascend. Let it go so you can ascend. And I approve this message. I'm so excited too. This is actually probably the one that I worked the hardest on. This one has been, I don't know, like a year and a half in the works, like writing, just the writing part of it. Anything from a loved one and a song. Where did I put that? Slide by the Goo Goo Dolls. Could you whisper in my ear? I feel like there's been a lot of signs you've been getting lately, almost like they're getting very loud. Ain't no mountain high enough with the mountain on there. What I didn't understand before was that fear held me back more than anything else. So I said in my mind, who is this? King of Pentacles. It kind of feels like a grandfather, honestly, to me. Whatever you're fearing, it's like you're the one that is in your bloodline that's meant to look at the fear and be like, I'm not scared of you. That's how it breaks for your whole family line. That's how you rebalance things out. So whatever it is that feels very scary, I'm being drawn to the line. Perspective changes everything, even after life. It's almost like this person that's coming through had a shot at facing this, but their fear of facing it had them not walk through it. And you're the one that's meant to do that. I didn't even realize I had them open for 18 months. That's crazy. I was just talking about to Aaron the other day, I think, about when I opened YouTube in it's almost 3 years, because September 22nd of 2022 is when I started. What is the issue with me and my sister? Is it something I'm doing? She's unwilling to see something from your perspective because you didn't tell her what she wanted to hear. So is it something you're doing? I mean, I guess technically it's something you did, but it's not something you did wrong. You didn't tell her what she wanted to hear, or because I'm going back to the TikTok reading that I did earlier. I referenced it earlier in this video where it was like, you have 7 cups and you're told it's got to be in one of these cups. And you're like, no, it's not. I want something more than that. It's almost like she was convinced the answer was in these cups and you were like, no, it's not. I'll show you it's not. And you were doing it for everyone's benefit, but there's some animosity because of it. And 5 of Pentacles is like, I'm not willing to look at this differently. It's easier for me to just say that you're wrong. Like, as in her saying that to you in her mind. Will my husband's 3 children ever make amends? He's now pushed mine away. Blended family. Will they ever make amends? If he apologizes. Because I got the Chariot and I said, what 2 things need to work together? That's why I put them on either side. Hierophant's like taking the high road, like, okay, maybe explain why he did what he did, but kind of make it make sense. And King of Pentacles is like, I'm going to own this. Like, I'm going to own my mess. I feel like only if that happens. What about years that have been pushed away? 5 of Swords. If you close this, I feel like it's like they're trapped in the current energy. Like, I'm tied to this current energy because of where the energy is being sent from. The sent out energy needs to change so that other things can shift. Let me go back to this list. Oh, thank you, Linda. Let's pull one of these for you. The Portal of the Tens. So this is the section that doesn't talk about the individual tens, but talks about the tens as a whole portal by itself. Each suit expresses this culmination in its own way. The 10 of Wands shows the burden of carrying a weight to its end, the exhaustion of labor complete. The 10 of Cups reveals the vision of harmony fulfilled, the joy of emotional arrival. The 10 of Swords exposes the collapse of the mind under its heaviest toll. Reaching that annihilation clears the way for truth. The 10 of Pentacles embodies legacy, the solid mark of what endures beyond the self. Each 10 reveals the totality of its suit, the full circle of its path. So you're approaching some kind of full circle moment because you went through the painful ending. You went through the heavy burden. You went through the building brick by brick, and you went through, now you're going into some kind of fulfillment of, look, I made it. I made it through all those 10s. I gave up helping so much in my county. Was that the right thing to do? Yes, because see how this moon has the reflection on the top right and left, but none at the bottom? No matter what you did, because of the group that you were up against, you were, the only thing this was going to do was reflect your energy downward, pull you down. Does that mean you were going to be pulled to their level? No. But does it mean that you were going to be fighting against their energy and it was going to be putting you in to have to interact with this like lower level? Yes. You know what I mean? So justice is the divine being like, no, we're not doing that. I'm going to step in and have justice before this bottom reflection of the moon shows up. And 7 of Cups, you tried everything. You emptied out all of these cups. You tried all these different pieces of light, and you were met with like brick wall after brick wall after brick wall. So did you do the right thing? Yes. Big yes. Because it was this. It was this. It was like all of these different fighters, and you were in the middle. And it's like you were trying to throw out your light and they were just reflecting it back to you like, no thanks, don't want this. So yes. And the song that's on is Sweetness by Jimmy Eat World, and it has a bunch of trophies on it. So the season was over. The like sports season of it was over. What will my strongest Claire be? Taking your pain and looking at it visually. So channeled writing, expression, that as you express more, your clairs just turn up. It feels like an inner knowing that can be expressed in lightning bolts, like literally, like I work through this piece of pain. I have this idea. I write it down. Later, it turns into this whole thing that unlocks clairaudience. It's like that. It's like following the keys to unlock what was already there but buried. Why does that keep doing that? Anything that spirit would like me to know. Here's to the Night by Eve 6. Here's a toast to all those who hear me all too well. You're being asked to be vulnerable in some sense. I don't think it's with a whole group, though. I think it's like reopening some kind of creative wave by finding one person to be a little bit more vulnerable to, and then looking at it and being like, oh, I still got it. Like, oh, that relit it. That re-sparked me. Oh, yeah. The moon right now is the darkness, the feeling locked out, and the 3 is that collaboration that leads to the spark being relit. I'm gonna do like 2 more and then go back to the other list. Message for the weekend and a song or token. Christine, can you email me so I remember to send you the rest of that stuff more quicklier? And I know you're going to tell me not to rush, but can you still email me anyway? All right. Message for the weekend. It gets better, or it gets worse before it gets better. It almost feels like this weekend you're going to feel like you're locked into it. Like you're just sitting there, like I'm watching this whole thing unfold in the way that I expected it to. And I feel like the message is to just observe. Like you're in the house, you can't get out of the house with this lock there. There's something you need to observe, but not let it take your energy down. 9 of Cups, like keep looking at the cups that you're working on filling, even as all this unfolds. There's something you need to know observer mode here, even though it's going to... 10 of Swords is you witnessing something or you watching something unfold, right? And then you go into, okay, that was really heavy. Now I need to take the observations that I just observed and figure out what I need to do about them now without taking it personally and letting it change my mood, me. Judgment. This is like some kind of final. See how these are like tombstones? All the different past versions of you are coming out to be like, have we integrated? Is it all integrated now? And then if it is, you get to find a way to kind of work through this burden in a way that doesn't keep pulling you backwards or like holding you in place. Will my youngest son have a better year at school this year? What can we know about the school year? All in by Lifehouse. I mean, if you have anything to do about it, he will have a better year. I know that. Yeah, I think so. Okay, so the moon is here because I feel like there's a lot of feeling maybe a little bit left out. Like maybe last year some things were more in his face, and this year it's a little bit more like less going on. But a better year. We're going from Knight to King of Pentacles, but then with the moon. I almost wonder if things will be a little bit better, but the way that he himself handles it is what's a lot better. Like even if the past year kind of comes up to like nip at his heels, he's like, no thanks. Because he went from the Knight to the King of Pentacles. So there's some kind of evolution there of his ability to handle the harder things. So that will make it so it has to be a better year, even if the circumstances aren't necessarily so. My mouse is stuck. Okay. Advice moving forward. Advice moving forward. Knight of Pentacles is diligency. Queen of Pentacles is like, I'm almost ready to act. I'm organizing what I've diligently gathered. And Ace of Swords is like data. So I feel like right now moving forward requires you to look at everything on the table that you already have, where you currently stand, and then pick where you're trying to head and figure out what can get me from there to there. I feel like you already have the pieces. You just have to put them together as the puzzle. It's like organization of data points of thought. Message from Paul. I have fundamental analysis and don't stop believing on the bottom of the deck. Don't stop believing feels important. Like that's what he's saying to you to start. Don't stop believing just because it hasn't happened yet. You're taking steps. 2017 to 21 may be significant. Somewhere over the rainbow. Oh, him. He's like, don't stop believing. I said what I said. You've made it further than you think because you've proven to yourself that you can adapt and grow. Okay, so you're being too hard on yourself because something hasn't happened yet. It's almost like you're in the energy of, okay, what else do I need to do? How else do I need to mold or shape myself? And he's like, nope, that's not it. You just need to live and allow it to come in. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles. You just need to allow space for it to come in by not filling the space you made with things that you don't actually want. That's the test. Will you then go and fill the space you made with things that are second best as you wait for the things that you actually are trying to call in? I've been in a mental slump for nearly 10 years and starting to affect my health. Any advice from spirit guides? Death. It's like you get so close to the rebirth part of the death, and there's some deeper wound that you just aren't all the way ready to feel yet. And I feel like it's abandonment. I feel like there may be a bit of self-abandonment happening because the deepest wound is one that you don't feel ready to face yet. And it's almost, it feels like when you get to the point where you're like, okay, it's right there. It almost feels like your consciousness is like, nope, I'm out. and like leaves your body. Like you're just like, I'm not dealing with this. I'm literally not. So I feel like there just needs to be a different approach to it. Something creative is how you can usher that energy out. So when that wound comes to the surface, grab a pen, write something, draw something, do some kind of art, go for a walk. Don't sit there and expect yourself to mentally unpack something that you've spent X amount of years not being able to face. You're not going to be able to sit there and be like, okay, let me look at this in detail now. Start the process by moving through it creatively. Everything You Want by Vertical Horizon. Wait, horizontal, vertical. So ascension, going up. Right now you're going like this because you're not able to face that yet. But when you allow creativity to open the door of facing it, you go vertical instead. So you actually rise instead of just going in an endless loop. Why has Brad not answered yet? And will he eventually with a token? It's a tree with number 27. Will he eventually? I feel like he's definitely held back from doing that right now. Why? It's almost one of those situations where you say to another person, oh, I don't care about this, or I don't want to talk about this. And then it's like when that person you wants to speak, I need to uphold what I told that other person by acting like I don't care. It feels like that. And will he eventually? I feel like if whoever is in his ear is not close enough, I feel like he wants to. It's just, will that distance go away? Any messages regarding the constant 11, 11, and 111 that keeps popping up? Something's lining up for you. You've the Queen of Cups. It's like you sat with something that you used to run from, and 10 of Cups. Now the 111 and the 1111 is like, okay, you've got all the pieces in place. Now you need to action that. High Priestess, what are you actioning? You're actioning following your intuition. So there's going to be something that pops up where you're like, okay, my intuition is screaming at me. And because you've been getting the signs, you'll be more prone to be like, oh, okay, maybe all that was leading to this. So that you follow your intuition in that moment, because it gets the ball rolling again, or the wheel turning. Home by Doherty is the song. I'm going home to the place that I belong. Something about love. I'm going back to the place where love and feeling good don't ever cost a thing. Message from higher self regarding Anna's lies to my daughter, Karina. What do we know about Anna's lies to Karina? Kind of feels like, and I'm not saying that this person is this, but like the term narcissist discard, when someone feels seen and they don't want to feel seen. So they try and unintentionally sabotage the relationship or the connection so that they're no longer seen. It feels really like that to me. Knight of Swords and the Tower. It's like something your daughter said to her made her realize, oh, she can see me. And I don't think it wasn't anything malicious. It wasn't like your daughter was like, oh, I see you and it's bad. It's like your daughter said something out of compassion, because we have 9 of Cups. We have Death here. It's like Queen of Pentacles. It's like your daughter was seeing a version of Anna that Anna wasn't ready to step into yet. And Anna was like, oh, self-destruct, not doing this, instead of just stepping into that version. And the song just said, the miles are getting longer, it seems, the closer I get to you. Message from Brother Angelo and a song. What's ahead of you is lighter than what you're leaving behind. Lighter than what you're leaving behind. Oh, that's him, King of Cups. Two of Wands. That's literally the card that usually has someone with the world in their hand. He's like, I literally said what I said. It's lighter than what you're leaving behind. The Fool. Where you're going is lighter than what you're leaving behind. I think that's the message that he wants me to say. Ain't No Mountain High Enough by Marvin Gaye. He's like, I was getting this to you. Oh, it's a confirmation. Graduation on the bottom of the deck. Who you'd be today. A confirmation that you're about to step forward, or whatever you've been trying to change is about to be enacted. He's like, I wanted to be the one to tell you that. Message from my brother Mike that just passed in a song. Come on, phone. Roll to Me by Del Amitri, A-M-I-T-R-I. Twisted. I feel like he's trying to be funny and be like, oh, that was twisted, huh? That was pretty twisted. It was pretty twisted how that happened. But like in like a lighthearted way, like, aha, okay, now we can move forward and be okay. Like that kind of message. You've already survived lessons that shaped you into who you are. It's honestly like he's coming through and being like, hey, you've been through enough hard stuff. Don't let me be another hard thing. Like, it was my time. It's kind of something about it being twisted, or like feeling like you got twisted around or something like that. But he's like, I don't want to be another hard thing in your life. Look at it as like, I'm your angel now. Like, it's not you lost a brother, it's you gained an angel. Yeah, because if you allow your own mind to go against you now, Seven of Pentacles is like a stronghold. Don't let yourself go back to the stronghold that sadness had on you. Don't let him be the reason you go back to the stronghold that sadness had on you. Let him be your happy angel is what I'm hearing. The Empress, let him be your happy angel. Oh, he's kind of funny. Like, he's trying to be a comedian. I think he knows that, like, not trying. I feel like it comes naturally to him. But, like, he's trying to make sure you know that he's being lighthearted, if that makes sense. Will Kirian get a job soon? He gets something denied first. It's like something first comes in and he's like, this isn't it, or they don't call back. It's like not as quickly as he'd like, I don't think. There is something significant about 13 weeks from now. I don't know what date that would be. You'd have to look it up. But as I said, that Falling In by Lifehouse came on. So maybe within the next 13 weeks, he will fall into some kind of opportunity. The next big, joyful, exciting thing coming in for me. Coming quick. Some truth, some clarity that you needed. It's like you get a piece of a puzzle that was not completed, and it makes all the other... it's like that example I give where there's a bunch of dominoes and they're all connected by a string and they all got knocked over, but they have a string. So if you pull them up, they all stand back up. You're about to get that string pulled by some kind of information. Will Charlie Adelson implicate his mother Donna and sister Wendy and father Harvey in their co-conspirator roles for the unaliving of Dan? Okay, so will he implicate Donna? I feel like he's going to implicate anyone to save himself. Yeah. One person in particular he's going to go for pretty hard. I feel like it may be Wendy for some reason. Maybe his mother. They read the same energetically to me, but like undercover, like covert twins. I don't know how to explain that other than that. I feel like yes, but I almost feel like it may be something he doesn't. I feel like he would have to do it publicly, right? I feel like he's going for one of them in specific, but not in a direct way, in like an indirect way. I don't know how to explain that. What message am I missing? What message am I missing? There's an idea you had that you didn't act on, and that was the message you were missing, because that was a piece of the equation that gives you the equal sign on the other side. Like you had all of this minus this X. You have an idea that fills in the X, which makes it so you can solve the equation. It feels like something that's been a little bit persistent too, that you may be brushing off as like, oh, I don't have time for that right now, or oh, that won't be that big of a deal, or okay, I don't feel like necessarily making that change, but it's something that creates a ripple effect. One second, I'm scrolling. Is my daughter's mental health being impacted by a physical response? Mental health being impacted from a physical response. Finding it harder to generate some of the feel-good feelings. Mental health being affected by a physical response. Echo by Trapped. Echo by Trapped. Finding it hard. I would say yes. It's like there's some, I don't remember what this word means. Despondent. It's like things feel far away. Things feel, oh, I just almost knocked my light over. Things feel far away or something. Like the light feels far away. But it's like, she's like, it's right there. I just can't feel like I can align with it. It just feels like there's fogginess is how I would word that. And it's almost like this feeling of, I don't know how to articulate this, so I don't know how to even tell you about it type of thing, like from her perspective. Token. Go team. One of those little banners that look like pizza. I keep messing up this whole deck. Hold on. It's too slippery and my brain is not used to it yet. Okay. Go team. Some kind of conversation that you're going to have, you need to trust yourself to say the right things, because your spirit team's on your side for this. And it's helping you see that you don't lack within you the right words for something. Will my granddaughter's case go to trial, and will it be a good outcome? Will it go to trial? I feel like there's a potential for mediation that doesn't go well. It's like we try to talk this out another way, or there's some kind of potential deal that doesn't end up working. Yeah, the Fool fell in my lap. So it's like at that point, it has to go forward. I would say yes to trial. It's like painful justice or hard fought justice. So I feel like it's going to be a good outcome, but it's going to be very trying to get there. Because justice was upright. But it wasn't first. So there's a lot that comes before that. Will I get a better mortgage deal from the broker I already saw, even though he charges an upfront fee? No. No, don't pay the fee. 9 of Wands. Make a choice to say no. I would say no. I would say there's another option of someone that's not going to charge you just to... I almost want to say because it shows the universe like, okay, I trust that there's an option that's not going to cost me just to get what I need, if that makes sense. Will Trump send the guard to my city after 2 officers were killed in 1 month? Will the guard be coming? There's some kind of public show of like at the power or authority, but not, I don't think the guard. No, I don't, unless something else happens. I don't think as it stands right now. Message for Stacy and a song on her birthday for the upcoming year. See, I just did it again. What I Got by Sublime. Life is short, so love the one you got because you might get run. Never start no static. I just get it off my chest. Never had to battle with no bulletproof. Take a small example. Take a tip from me. I feel like this is the year. Rise Above This by Seether. This is the year where she's going to figure out what doesn't come forward with her. So this may be a year that feels like a shedding, but it's a purposeful shedding. It's like what can't go with, the devil. What can't go with her, whether that's outdated beliefs, limitations, fears. There's something big that's being left behind so that she can move forward. Thank you, Lorna. We all grew it. We all grew it. You all helped for sure. Should I get a dog now or wait? How long if wait? Should I get a dog now? Yes, get the dog. Whatever it is you're worried about, you're going to be able to handle it. I feel like it's consistency. I feel like you're like, okay, am I still going to feel like taking care of this dog if I'm going through something in the moment? And I actually feel like it's going to be helpful, not harmful for that. Is there anyone I can trust? Is there anyone I can trust? Right now, yourself. It's like right now you're going through a shedding and you're getting down to the core of who you are. So right now you're meant to be putting the trust that you used to put in others all into yourself. Not that you can't trust other people, but I feel like what your spirit team is saying is that's irrelevant right now. It's you that you need to be relying on fully. Where should my focus be with everything all at once? Where should your focus be? Protecting your mind first and foremost. Like, but I don't say that just like, okay, let me listen to some motivational things. I mean, like, what in your environment is continuously triggering you into not good feelings? What in your relationships is putting you back into like a lack mindset? Your focus should be one by one addressing and changing those pieces. Not all at once, one by one. What do my guides want me to focus on this fall? A ring in reverse. I will just leave that there. A ring in reverse. Calling You by Blue October. You made the right decision. And what you need to focus on in the fall is, because 10 of Wands came on with that song, Queen of Pentacles, Self-Worth. In the fall, get back in tune with knowing that every step that you took that was leading you closer to yourself was the right decision. And it feels like this is coming out this way, Black Balloon by Goo Goo Dolls, because the past is going to be trying to make you have buyer's remorse for purchasing your future. Don't allow it to convince you that that's the case. And you do that by pouring into yourself. Oh, come on, mouse. Nope. There we go. What changes lie ahead? What changes lie ahead? You're going to take a bunch of things that you've been thinking about, and you're going to start to choose which ones to pour yourself into. So it feels like you're going to be narrowing down what's most important to focus on in terms of some kind of project. And that project will start to kind of pull you out of like a restriction about potential. New member. Thank you. Actually, let's read passages from the book for new members, right? Okay, the portal of the twos. When you walk through this gate, the nervous system learns to stretch into paradox like a muscle. Test it for the first time. It aches with the effort, but grows stronger with each moment of stillness. The blueprint lights up as if two opposing currents of electricity flow across it, changing the system from both sides. The soul understands what the mind resists, that this change is necessary for creation, that it is through the tension of opposites that the next step is made possible. So right now, you're learning who you are by having an experience of what you never wanted to become. So whatever's happening right now is showing you what you chose was right, because you're getting an example of what you didn't choose not being for you. Was vivid dream I had about Mike manifest? Was vivid dream I had about Mike. How to work through the battle with Mike. Either you and Mike were working through a battle together, or you were being shown how to work through the battle, or being shown a perspective of the battle from that person's perspective. If one of them fits, then yeah. I do like 4 more and then go back to the other list. Did Dad actually forget birthday today? Any effort? No, it's her. It's literally her. It's like she's giving him an issue. She's giving him the roundabout of issue after issue after issue to keep him wrapped up in her mess. Ace of Swords, truth. Page of Cups, truth to keep him away from you. No, I don't think he forgot. I think there's purposeful distractions so that when it comes up, it's like, oh, what about this real quick? Let's do this real quick. Or let's focus on, there's something like that. And it may not be that exactly, but it's her influence. It's not him. She's influencing his emotions or mind in some way. Jumping back into posting conscious education this weekend and making more products and resources. Insight into the journey ahead for that. There's some kind of next step. It's like, okay, I have this, this, and this. How do I put it all together in a practical way that's almost like giving someone the template or the tool or something in an additional way? So almost like accompanying it with like a, I don't know, like a summary. Like, what did we learn in each section? Like the posting that you're doing should be some bit of practical, this is how you implement, this is how you understand further, something along those lines, like something they can take with them. Any messages for my mom? She's here with me now and she had a feeling someone needs to tell her something. Queen of Swords. I feel like this may be her mom, your mom's mom, or your mom's grandmom. What's the message? Right now, your mom is collecting her Queen of Pentacles. So she's being placed in a position to see her worth in different scenarios. So there's something that feels to be continuously testing her. It's not a punishment, or it's not like a, oh, look, you're not worthy. It's like a, look, you can still see yourself as worthy even if this is happening. And I kind of want to say, as corny as it sounds, it's always darkest before the dawn. There's some feeling of information that she doesn't have now that when it comes in, it's going to help a lot of things have the light turned on. But she needs to see herself as worthy through the gaining of the Queen of Pentacles. And then when she does that, she's given the pentacle, the information. The proof of something, the proof that she was right about something, or the proof that something she put effort into actually was worth it. Will the mortgage clinic get me the best deal even though they charge an upfront fee for no allegiance to banks? You had some kind of hesitation about doing it, and I feel like your hesitation is accurate. So if that hesitation wouldn't be something that's a big deal, then I would say it's an option to try. But Page of Swords, you're right about something that you were like, oh, this plus this probably equals this. If that's okay with you, then I would say that's an option. Oh, on 9/22, you started sharing what would help heal. I appreciate you. Yeah, that's when I started the channel. That's crazy. Let's see. Heal your wounds from your father's death. What card would he give us for that? What I hope you realize is, nope, he did the quote. Love doesn't ask for anything in return except to be felt. He was like, I could lead you here because I knew you were ready to feel your feelings and heal. And it's the I love you card on the bottom. One Call Away by Charlie Puth. He was like, I put this person on your page once because I wanted to talk to you this way. That's funny. One call away. All right, 2 more and then back to the other list. Message from A. Over My Head by The Fray. And it's like a light bulb going in and out. See? The truth you've been avoiding is the past can't change, but the way you carry it can. Over My Head. Over My Head is about being betrayed by a bunch of people all at once. It's time to put it down. Like, it taught you everything that you needed to learn from it. Now the way to learn from it further is putting it down. Yes, you're right in feeling the way you feel about it, but there's freedom on the other side of the release. Blackbird by the Beatles. You were always waiting for this moment to fly. Death, an ending. An ending of the battle. Time to put it down. Your pain is seen and understood, but now it's time for you to see it and understand it by knowing that it's time to release it. The slipperiness of these cards is driving me insane, but I really like them. Will my dad make any effort to see me for your birthday? And will he see through her shit in general? Will he make any effort? There may be some effort. I don't think so, but there may be. And if there is effort, the effort itself is going to make you mad because you're going to be like, that's it. Like, I'd rather you just not do anything other than that. Will he see through her? Not right now. No, he's locked in. He's strapped into her roller coaster ride and he does not want to get off. I don't think right now, no. All right, last one, and then I'm going to close super chat. Actually, let me do that now. Hold on 1 second. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. When will my aunt's house sell, and will we get asking amount or more? Asking amount or more? I feel like you're going to get some kind of offer that's like right around the asking amount or maybe even a little bit less than the asking amount. So you'll have an opportunity to take that, but I don't think you do take it. I think you wait. And I think the waiting ends up being a good decision. So I don't know if you'll end up getting more, but I feel like you get more in a second offer than an unfulfilling first offer. All right, back to this list. Super chats are closed. Gonna hop off in about 20 minutes. I don't know where I'm at. Oh, should I get a dog? I did that one. Should I start using my cards again as I've not used them for a couple of months? I would say wait. I feel like there needs to be clarity on feelings because I feel like right now you're going to try and understand your feelings in a way outside of you. And I feel like there's a need to understand them for yourself first. Like within yourself first, if that makes sense. I'm scrolling. Leaving 25-year relationship with narcissist. What does spirit advise to release? Guilt, grief, strengthen my bond with my daughter. Your mind and your intuition and getting them both on the same page. Your mind's over here, your intuition's over here, and there's a wall in between. So I feel like start writing down what's running in your mind on autopilot and start to become aware of it so that you can start to reprogram anything that's running in your mind that is a program from the narcissist. Oh, yes. Everyone go enter the giveaway, please. If you ordered the blueprint, either the Kindle, the hardback, or the paperback version, and you leave a review on September 1st, I'm doing a very big 6-month package and all the things giveaway. So let me know. And if you won one of the giveaways, or not let me know, go enter. And then you have to fill out the thing on my Stan store. And if you won one of the other giveaways, I think I've spoken to everyone, but the readings will start in September. I'm pretty much on pause till Gavin's back in school. My energy is on low. Trying to see if there's anyone I didn't get. I'm up to like 11:02. Do I have any spirits with me? Queen of Cups, giving grandmother. Someone that maybe I almost feel like you weren't all the way that close to, but they're closer to you now. Or maybe you were close, but they're even closer to you now. This is someone who's kind of been with you for a while, watching you become the person you are now. And it's like they've been your protector in ways you haven't seen. In a very repetitive type way. What do I need to do next? Everything is so up in the air right now. Interesting, because this is like not knowing what to do, and this is someone who's about to go up into the air. What limiting... It feels like there's more options than you may be allowing yourself to explore. The Chariot in reverse, I feel like there's a need to stop and organize and get clear about everything that's happening right now. Every like literally almost make a list of everything that is bumper cars around in your mind. Because it feels like with the Devil, there's a solution that you're not seeing because of the purposeful chaos that's in place so that you don't see the solution. So the birds or the everything is up in the air right now is interesting because I feel like every up in the air is where you're supposed to go. A bird's eye view of the situation so you can find the way out of the maze. Thank you, Annette. Ooh. I was shown a golden scroll a couple days ago. What does that mean? It's golden. Anunnaki light codes, energetic shift, new information, end of a cycle. And this is gold. And this looks like a cross. It's like you've carried a burden and now it's time to understand why, new information, so that you can have an energetic shift. And that all comes because you've chosen to end a cycle. So the golden scroll is like the lesson being completed, the golden lesson being completed. Have I lost my book of poems and prose? Any chance of recovering it? I've lost my book. Any chance of recovering it? It's literally in a library. I feel like it got moved around in some kind of hurry with that King of Cups who's in a storm. Eight of Pentacles makes me feel like carefully packed away somewhere, but then forgetting where that carefully wrapped away place was. I feel like it's still there. It's just moved into a place that you put for safekeeping that ended up being a little bit too safe. Remembering childhood trauma seems to root in the feeling of neglected, unloved, unprotected. Can my mother give me her reason or her version? Can I understand her why? Inside Out by Eve 6. I would swallow my pride. Oh, wow, this is an answer. I would swallow my pride. I would choke on the rinds, but the lack thereof would leave me empty inside. Swallow my doubt, turn it inside out, find nothing but faith in nothing. Want to put my tender heart in a blender. Watch it spin around to a beautiful oblivion. That really goes with what I was going to say. So this is like the only battle I knew. Two of Cups is like, this is how I learned connection. And the Fool is I just walk forward with that. I don't ever challenge it. I just do it. So I feel like because she felt like she wasn't loved in a way that felt safe to her, giving you safe love felt like it was putting her back into that feeling of emotional unsafety. So it literally wasn't a you thing. It was her not being able to face something deep within her. It's like she learned connection. She learned what connection was in the wrong way, then became aware of it, but wasn't ready to fix it. And because of that, it poured onto you. My mouse is stuck. Oh, you've been doing that. I love that. Today's card, the Emperor. I saw the card tonight flipped over the Lovers. So today should be successful and I don't know if I can use this deck if it's not going to be unslippery. Okay. So today should be successful and confident. King of Cups. King of Cups and King of Pentacles. There's something that you realize that you're handling very well today. Like a choice that you're making in how to show up is helping you. That's where that success and confidence is sitting, in the way that you're showing up for yourself today. My mom is here with me. Any messages for her? Ooh. She is in the middle of successfully balancing out darkness and light. It's like there was this shadow, but she has successfully learned how to love a part of herself that others or life had tried to convince her was unlovable or hard to love. And I feel like a lot of that has to do with your support. Like you're a proper mirror for her with the world coming out there. One second. I was trying to be smooth and fix this, but there was too many messed up. Thank you, Linda. Yeah, I like it. This was a long time trying to get my desk over to the side of the office. And my nuts, or is my kitten an energy I've already known in this life? I feel like it's more of a past life thing. I mean, maybe the past life energy was previously a different energy in this lifetime and now is the kitten, but I feel like this is a past life energy. Ace of Cups was on the bottom. Song or a token on relocating. Goo Goo Dolls' Name started playing. I feel like the first message is don't tell anyone your plans until it's all the way through so that people can't pour their limitations onto your plans. It's a cat, black cat. Superstitious. Don't tell anyone else your plans until you're ready to be like, okay, it's happening, because people are going to try and put their limitations onto you. That's what I'm getting. But that being said, I feel like you're heading in the right direction. That's why that message is coming through. Is A moving to a new place soon? Is A moving to a new place soon? I don't think as soon as someone would hope. Six of Cups feels a little bit held back from Page of Swords, like moving somewhere is like, now I get to show up with a fresh start. Queen of Pentacles is kind of planet in place. I feel like something's going to take a little bit longer than ideally you would like. Clarity from guides for the next 30 days. You're being shown what won't work so you can cross that off and be like, okay, time for the next plan. Like, don't view failure as failure right now. There's a bunch of redirections happening all at once. You're meant to just observe and be like, okay, I have this tool to handle that problem, then let me use it. You're seeing how you can use your tools right now. Me too. Thank you. Let's do one more little one. The portal of the aces. The completion of a token means that part of your blueprint has been activated. It is alive in you now. You do not need to force it again. The current will run because the channel has been built. This is what it means to step through a portal. So when you get the energy spinning and you get the lesson learned, you work through to the next step. I'm gonna hop off in a couple minutes. I'm trying to see if there's anyone I didn't get yet. Is this your brother that you're saying fell in a curb and passed away? My grandmother, my dad's mom, actually the same thing. She fell and broke her hip. This was a long time ago, like 20 years ago. But same thing. She fell and she was very funny as well. So that's maybe where the comedian reference was coming from. Is everyone starting to see that Angie and my sister-in-law are liars? No, because they're able to manipulate them out of it. They have good excuses. What is my financial wound? What is my financial wound? It's like you have all these ideas and don't always take action on them, or you have the tools, but it's kind of giving window shopping for solutions. Like, okay, that would work. Okay, that would work. And it feels like not just in terms of like job, just in terms of things in your life that you know you're deserving of. Like, oh, I would make this change, but what's the point? Like those kind of things. It feels like that translates into window shopping when it comes to worthiness versus lack. Like, oh, I would love to sit in that worthiness, but I'm not willing to go in the store and try it on type of thing. What do I need to know? Shimmer by Fuel is on, and he's like holding this giant light ball. I don't know. I felt like that was significant. There's a need to like rebuild after this betrayal, after this heaviness. It's like a spring cleaning for your life. See how the doors open? It's like the forest. He's kind of sitting in there. And then this is like higher level energy rebalance. I feel like your environment is in need of a spring cleaning so that your heart can follow suit of that. Will Connor be okay when I leave? Will Connor be okay when I leave? I feel like in time, but there's going to be a season of feeling like this. When you leave, there's going to be a period of feeling like, okay, I was taking steps like this, but now I need to take steps like this. And it feels a lot harder. Like it feels like that, but then it passes. How is my alignment? How is my alignment? The next step is reconnecting creatively, getting those creative channels flowing again. And that can be creative solutions or literal creativity, but there's some kind of ladder that's the next step is you climbing the ladder, which once you're aligned, you climb the ladder. What gets you to actually do this up the ladder? Creativity. Yes, non-members can enter the giveaway. I'll still pay to ship to you. What do I need to do to communicate better with mom and dad? Is there any other spirits around me? The moon. Learn how to go into your emotions more. Think of like a mediumship channel being like a water slide. And if you try to go down a water slide without water, it's going to hurt your butt. But if you have the water going down, you can flow easily. That's kind of how they're saying to better connect with them. Yeah, 9 of Pentacles. Like as you though, like you don't need to show up as anyone else. Just show up as the most raw version of you, but don't back away from that when emotions rise. Allow yourself to say, okay, I'm feeling emotional right now. So what? Emotions happen. Allowing space for emotions without shutting down because of them. Oh, you were talking about my poetry and prose, but that one will be back out. I'm working on that too. But it's going to come out with all new poems. Not all new poems, but like the old poems will be one section and then the new will be another section. Not too much longer. There's only a couple new ones. But yeah, I don't know when that's going to be out. That will probably be a little while. I'm going to do like 5 more. Joyful and exciting message. Let's see. Yeah, your other ones were not great for your birthday. So let's see. Light codes, light immersion, full system upgrade, power recall. You're in being the one that creates the safe space for your inner child, for your emotions, for yourself. You're getting that upgrade. It's just that the upgrade is going to feel like a shock to your system. And right now, the shock to your system, I feel like you're getting that in real time of like, okay, I'm experiencing something that in the past would have knocked me over and I'm waiting to feel knocked over and I don't. Maybe it's because it's not going to knock me over. Maybe it's because I've already had this upgrade. You're going from, you've walked away and you've walked towards the upgrade. It's like a time travel of sorts. Like once you were in alignment, you time traveled into the upgrade. So I feel like the joyful or exciting message is you're already on the other side of the door right now. You just are integrating that new awareness, which is why it feels a little like wonky. I lost my place. Any messages from my spirit guides? That was the 3 of Cups. It feels like right now you're trying to decide between a couple different options and none of them feel right. And sometimes that's because there's a better option that just hasn't been presented to you yet. So I would say if something doesn't feel like you want it to feel, consider that there may be other options besides the one that you're currently considering. You might just have to wait for them a little bit longer. What wound is most present for me currently? Paper soul, shaped by others, easily torn, but it came out in reverse and it fell on the thing. I feel like there may be a tough exterior that may be blocking certain experiences or connections because you had to have that tough exterior. But now you can kind of let your walls down to some extent because you now are the protection for yourself. All right, everyone, I have to go feed Gavin. The giveaway, the big giveaway that you have to leave a review for Amazon and then go to my Stan store, that is running until, is there 31 days in this month? I think I can't see my calendar till the end of this month. I'm doing that drawing on September 1st. The Blueprint of Tarot comes out on September 1st. I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but I did post a video. Bethany, who is my best friend, she is the one that the Afterlife Outbox is dedicated to, because her father in spirit helped me create that. She's created a journal that is like a mediumship journal that allows you space to communicate with your loved ones. So check out that video as well. That comes out on 9/2, which is her father's passing day. I will be back to true crime and regular content once Gavin is back in school. He goes back on the 5th. I just don't want to really be doing true crime when I can't give it my best because I am tired. So apparently running a few businesses and being a mom for 3 months with no break at all whatsoever is a little tiring. So that's where I've been. I don't know. I need to go feed him. Thank you, everyone. Talk to you soon.